the company that you've got now, what were kind of the major differences, and kind of, do you miss anything of it being in the college, university environment?
Yeah, do you want to talk about that one?
Sorry, money is the biggest difference, basically because when we were at U of M, we got everything for free. You know, we got the space for free, we got costumes for free, and we got actors for free, and designers, and everything was free. And so then you get out into the real world and you realize that nothing is free. So that, I think, is one of the biggest challenges of transitioning. Yeah.
Let's see. I think that it's different. I know that every sort of subsequent play that we've done, there's sort of internal pressure to... Did I use that word? Yes, anyway, sort of pressure to improve, whatever, and it's not necessarily outside pressure, it's internal pressure. You want to improve as an artist, I guess. So that can be interesting to see. You start to figure out, you start to have to figure out, well, what is improving, first of all, and can you improve while keeping the things that make us us. I feel like that's been an interesting sort of like change over the years.
One of the things that's really changed is these kind of like Q&A panels, because at the University of Michigan often, so we had seasons, and the Ann Arbor community that were season ticket holders were mostly like 70-plus-year-old community members in the Ann Arbor area. And so they would often be the ones that would come to the Q&A panels. We'd usually have, I think, like one Q&A panel at every, for each show. So it would happen one time. It would be like on a Friday night. And it was people that like were just like in the local community and like maybe had seen like a few plays in their life. And they'd ask questions at a thing like this, and they'd be like, how do you memorize all those lines? So it's been fun to actually get to be really interactive with our audience and like the people that, like you guys that, you know about us and kind of have grown with us and know exactly how we memorize our lines.
To kind of segue off what Joe said, I think it's interesting to be able to challenge yourself within a group of people pretty much your age. Because, you know, at school, it's like, you know, being under the direction and under the designs of like professors and people who are just such seasoned actors and teachers of this craft. It's like everything seemed to be a little more out of reach. Things were referred to as in metaphors a lot. You know, it's like and so it's interesting. So I feel a big change has been just working with people our age and kind of having that dialogue switch to like communication, how like we would talk about it with each other rather than a professor being like, there's a moment where you're just looking for fire. You're just looking at the fire and you're just letting it smoke. And you go, yeah, and you go, okay, all right.
Professor who used to take long pauses and go, go away, I don't like you, go away. Go.
Hi guys, if you could replace or play any character in a musical play or TV show, who would that character be and why?
I want to play Aang, the animated character.
I would love to play Schwartzy in Spelling Bee.
I think I'd like to be Audrey in Little Shop.
I probably want to be Hurley in Lost.
Oh, I don't know.
Love coming of age stories, and I have a lot of nostalgia, Captain Nostalgia. So I would probably want to do like, I'd love to do like Marty McFly or. If I was a kid, oh yeah, or Ferris Bueller. Or if I was a kid, like I'd probably want to be like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle or something.
I always wanted to be George from Seinfeld.
Maybe like Schroeder from the Peanuts comic. Plays piano.
Of all the musicals that you've done, do you have like a favourite scene that didn't make like a final cut onto YouTube?
That's one of my favorite questions. Because we get to tell. A lot of the time, I think the best stuff doesn't even make it into the play because it like just doesn't. It's so irrelevant. Jim is having to bring those back into the play. In Starship, I think something that maybe like once every 2 months, I'll wake up one day and remember this joke and go. Never made it. And there's a scene where Junior comes in and he's talking, and it turned into the scene where he's sort of introducing Mega Girl, and he's introducing a lot of plot points. And he comes in and he starts talking, and he starts asking the questions, and everyone's just standing there sort of blandly nodding. And he goes, didn't anybody read my emails? Did anybody read my emails? And now he goes, well then this isn't going to make any sense. And he takes a little parrot off of his shoulder, and that's it. That's the whole thing. There's no...
When Joe first comes out in Starship, during kind of his emotional freak out with the mirror and everything, there used to be this bit where he forgot to bring his Tamagotchi with him. There was this moment that it made me laugh every time he did it, where you would go, oh, I forgot something. He'd run off to go get his Tamagotchi, and then you just hear from off stage, all of us are waiting to see where he went. He would go, he came back and his Tamagotchi would be dead. Had to start from scratch.
There was also a whole other character in the sequel called Big Fat Tommy, and it just didn't work. It was just the worst thing that didn't work. And I don't know if that was a writing thing, or if it was like just it was probably my fault. But they were so mad because they're like, hey, you're not gonna get fat. And they kept being like, keep eating. And I'm like, no, we'll just do a stomach. And they go, well, stomachs look stupid. You gotta get really fat. Because it was a joke that Ron talked to his stomach. And he like made the noise and talked. And it was the dumbest joke. And it just didn't work. And one day they were just like, we're gonna fail. It was just cut all those jokes out. And I think that was probably...
There's a whole part where the whole joke was...
It was supposed to... Big Fat Tummy was supposed to be Peter Pettigrew. It was supposed to be the joke that it was the rat, and that it wasn't the rat, it was gonna like come from the stomach. It's like, I was with you the whole time. It was like... I don't know, it was weird.
I have to imagine Joey a little bit chubbier, and the tummy was his actual tummy. Go. And I go, hey Joey, how are you today?
It was like, I was like, I don't know, what do you think?
What do you?
It was weird. See, none of you laughed. It was a weird joke. Thank God for that.
When Twisted gets edited, we'll be able to answer this question with Twisted, because there's a lot of interesting and fun stuff that ended up not getting used. But,
Next question.
Hi, I was just wondering if you'd ever do like a UK tour?
each of you has to come to every single tuition. All right, that's a binding contract. Next question. I love your dress.
Which professor at Hogwarts do you think the person to the left of you would be, and why?
I was gonna say Trelawney for you.
Dumbledore, because you're like just so nice and great guy, right? I'll get back to you guys on this one.
Oh man. I don't know. I feel like I don't know the characters well enough. Maybe. Hey, hold on. It's been a little while. I would say. Yeah, I would say McGonagall.
I feel like Dylan's a ghost. Not a professor, he's one of the ghosts. But I can't remember which one I'm talking about. No.
Maybe like Slytherin.
Ghost who's like,
Because you like
eats a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say slime. You go, Clark, and then I'll do one for you.
I guess he's not a professor, but I want to say Filch.
I think that Clark is definitely most like Ferenz in real life.
I was gonna say the same thing.
He's cool, he's tall, people are kind of afraid of him. He's cool.
Joe's, yeah, and then Jamie's Mrs. Norris.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So does anybody in Starkid have any like annoying quirks that you just can't?
Next question.
Do you want to answer for ourselves or for others? Others.
I have a tendency to fall asleep while people are telling me stories. Dylan and I once were sharing a hotel room. Bed across from me, and he was just talking to me about something, and I was like, mid-sentence, Dylan looked over at me.
I have a picture of it. It's pretty cute.
Joe Walker sings musicals really loud at the top of his lungs backstage. It's honestly very charming, but if it wasn't in the like 10 minutes when we're all like focusing for the show. Why don't you sing some Man on the Macho?
It's a bad thing that I sing musicals. I like to sing the Impossible Dream as a woman.
Like saying it though, you know?
It's like
You don't need that
it's
much.
like a warm up. I don't know, yeah, I don't want to touch let's see. Oh, you know what? Lauren, it's difficult to get her to not concentrate on when lunch is.
which musical are you most proud of and why?
Most proud of?
What musical are you the most proud of and why?
I would say Starship. Just the theme of Starship and it being the first show that wasn't at U of M, it was just such a monumental. Yeah, I learned a discipline in Starship that I can take with me for the rest of my life. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there are little things that you're proud of about every single one. I mean, the first one was cool because it was the first one, you know. It was fun and irreverent, and but you know, it's like Twisted was really tight. Had a really great cast and everything. Yeah, Starship was the first one we did out of school. Batman is one of my favorite ones for sure. You know, they all have something special about them, I think. So I don't know if it's kind of like which one of your kids do you love most. And I guess realistically, if you are a parent, you probably do love one of your kids. So, but you never tell anyone about it, so that's the lesson we'll take from here. All right, thank you.
Hello.
I